Well, welcome back, and this is the final drone video before the famous crash and burn, so hope you enjoy it. We're coming to the end of our time in Montenegro, and boy, we've loved it. Such an amazing country. The people are just beautiful. They're so wonderful. They don't lock their doors on their houses, their cars. The crime rates are very low, and they're just happy, friendly, kind people. Can't say enough nice things about them. We really have not met anybody that's annoyed us. So the countryside is just incredible. I mean, watch this video. I've been trying to get a little bit adventurous with my drone flying, and as you all know, that ended up going into the drink, but I now have my new drone. But what I've started to do is I was starting to look around and say, oh, what's something that people might be interested in? So in this video, we're just coming around to it now, there's a gully with a bridge at it. So what did Mark decide to do? There it is. He's going to fly under the bridge. So I hope you enjoy that. And then down below it is a crane. I had to go through the crane. Anyway, now I've got my drone back. I'm going to be looking for interesting bits and pieces to show you. So sit back, relax, enjoy the drone flying.
Just where he was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. Swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober,
go back about 15 episodes and you remember that the kitchen, the galley sink, drained very, very slowly. So what they did was put a sump in here. You can see it in there. There's the sump in there, and that fills up with water, and then a float switch, which is on this, triggers that pump in the back there to take the water out and put it into the grey water tank. That pump has stopped operating. We don't know where the power is connected for that pump, so we're going to have to find that out tomorrow. But in the meantime, we're cleaning this out. Now, obviously the thing to do is minimise the amount of oil and crappy stuff like that that goes down the sink, and we've been ultra diligent on that. Like, I lick every plate. I've got mates licking plates as well, and we wipe all the cooking stuff with,
You right?
yeah, pump buddy, all the cooking stuff with
Paper towels.
Yeah, that's it, sweetie. Trying to do two things at once. Yeah, that's going buddy. And it's actually pretty good in here for 4 months of operation. But I think it could be a blown pump. Don't know. So we're just going to have to find out where that's connected to from Nuri at Telgren at the shipyard tomorrow, and then somehow work out how we can do an electrical test on the pump. Anyway,
Don't ask me that today.
we can go into Tavat and hopefully buy a new pump.
Right, and this is a great thing that you're using, isn't it?
Oh, it is. I bought that and I felt
Indispensable.
totally ripped off in Athens, $300 odd. But
Worth every cent now?
yeah, I've emptied the bilge out today, and we've done this, and it's good. It's good. You got to have one. Got to have one.
So they've taken the door off, they've taken the shelf out, they've taken the stuff out of the cupboard
And it ain't going back tonight.
to get access to it. No, because you want to get that sorted. Doing well, guys. On a day when we thought everything was going to be all right. There's always something. I saw a boat named that, always something.
Yeah,
But that's
that's
part
all
and
right.
parcel
It's
of it,
okay.
isn't it?
It's okay. I've learned again. It's a good reminder of this system and how to get at things, and so that's okay.
So we were all having a really nice swim, and then that boat there, because we were getting a bit close to it, sounded the horn like about 10 times, went into panic mode, and then the staff came up the front of the boat and were ready with this great big fender. And we weren't within touching distance, but we needed to have everyone on board the boat. So we got everyone on board the boat. But again, I suppose if you're in this area and you've got these super yachts like this, they're a little bit precious, so we need to learn. Well, we've learnt that amount of distance is just too close for their Mark told them to keep their hair on because there's still 50 metres to go. Anyway, we got the boys on board in that, had a swim, and we just need to know next time not to be so close.
Okay, so here's Kotor again. We haven't been to this marina yet, so that's where we anchored down there, straight ahead of us, for a few nights. It is quite pleasant. Can be a bit tricky getting the anchor secured though. So we really had to go to Croatia. We got told if Montenegro's a 2, Croatia's a 9. So really had to go and have a look. Obviously picking Renee up was a bit of a bonus, but wow, the water up in Croatia is fantastic. Enjoy.
I've got a bit to say.
Oh, she's got a bit to say.
Do we want to listen? Hang on a minute, I'm coming downstairs to have a bit said to me. Going down to get told off by Mrs. R, so I'm slightly nervous. Okay.
So what happened today, Marky? What did you decide to do?
Get Rodney to drive.
Right, show them that. See?
There's Rodney driving.
And Sybil sunbathing.
Yeah. So go on. What's the problem?
So I'm normally on ropes, yes?
Yeah.
So I did the back of
Yep.
the lines.
Yep.
I'm normally on the lines. I did the back lines, and then I come up here to the front lines. And when I came up here, what did I find?
You found the lines, you found that your workload had been reduced markedly.
I found that the person who should have been up there still with Rodney, because Rodney's just in training, you would never leave the flight deck seat if you had someone in training, would you?
Depends what their skill level was.
So you had left him up there, and you were down here doing my job on the lines.
Yeah,
Can I say something?
yeah, what?
The captain had requested that Mark go and do the front lines.
But you're a captain in training, so he should have said, no, my job is here, we have the first officer doing that. That's what he would have done on the
I'll
flight
go
deck.
do that.
Yeah, because that's what he always says, isn't it? It's okay, I'll go do it, it's okay.
They can't hear you.
Too bad they can't. Anyway, it's done, we're on our way.
Okay, happy?
Check that out, Mark.
So we're leaving this beautiful bay, it's called Risen Bay. We've been here for 3 nights, would you believe it? Time is just flowing, but it's a lovely bay for swimming in.
Where are you going, Sybil?
And it's really great. And Sybil is driving at the moment, and she is taking us to the left. So we'll just head upstairs and find out what the story is. Oh,
That was my thinking.
Yeah, we could
Papa didn't touch the wheel downstairs.
who touched the wheel?
The Papa. Rodney did.
Did you,
Rodney
Rodney?
did. Yes. Look,
Okay.
can you remember where I did accidentally turn the wheel? And then he did it.
Right, do not distract your wife, thank you, Rodney. Just let her drive the boat.
That is why Rodney said, where are you going, Sybil? Because he knew he'd knocked it.
Exactly. Thank
Right.
you, Rodney.
First officer is looking after the captain.
Single.
No. Fiona, I'm the first officer. I did help my mom turn out.
Oh, nice.
They give her tips and everything. He's the
giving
second
tips.
officer. Bobby, you're the second
There we
officer.
go.
I'm the first officer. Thank you.
And Mark gets to have a back seat drive.
Great.
Yeah, it's not bad, eh? You want to pull it?
Oh, nice. The boys. All you need is a beer.
Sounds good, the men overseeing things.
Water through a cup.
Men overseeing things, that's right. Yeah.
Do it in one go.
So as we said, Sybil's driving and Joshua is giving her instructions.
Das ist das.
He translates everything Mark says,
So,
and
look.
yeah, he does a good job.
Look, Mama, that's the paddleboard.
Can't understand you, Joshua.
No, because he's
I'm
translating.
speaking English.
You still can't stand him.
Can't understand
You still
Sorry,
can't
Joshua.
understand English.
What?
Sorry,
Mark.
Joshua.
What did you say?
Still can't
What
understand.
did you say?
I think it's not a paddleboard, Joshua, it's a canoe.
Yeah.
Canoe. Okay, so we're going on an expedition here. The boys and their toys. It's a new paddleboard and it's got that sexy little seat at the back there.
Sexy little seat.
Stand up paddle, but today we're going 2 minutes.
Do you want us to let that off once you're on? What's that?
I think I'm good once I'm
You're filming just in case
Oh.
they fall in, hey?
Yeah. And Freddie,
not
what's
easy with 2.
Freddie? What's you, Freddie? What is your role here?
He's on.
Rodney's on.
Right, you paddling?
Yeah, motor can catch up.
You also can just sit, hey? Mark,
How
with
cool.
your feet left and right.
You can sit, Mark, with
Probably-
one foot in the water either side, like Rodney.
Stay one side. Stay on side.
You want to have a wet one. Okay,
Oh, and look, there's a dolphin.
and here we go. There's the motor.
You go, Mark. Oh, that's hilarious. I was just saying that the paddling is not very well coordinated. Don't think you're going to get into the Olympics anytime soon. And we're over here.
Come here sideways, sideways. Look at that. Hey, Papa. Look at this.
Woohoo!
Look at that.
Well done, guys. It didn't take long, did it?
So check that out. Here is a water temperature here of 29.73 degrees Celsius, and all the locals are telling us they have never had a summer like this before. It's basically flat calm. I mean, there's a very tiny breeze, and it's probably between 35 and 40 most days, but that is amazing. 29.74. Wow. Okay, I just got told off because I'm not videoing putting another 1,000 litres of fuel on. So here we are at Montenegro Marina in the Kotor Gulf, and we're picking up 1,000 litres, €1.45. So hopefully that will get us down to Tunisia, where it is 75 cents euro a litre. So nice little dockside here. Very friendly people as always, and we've been offered a cup of coffee. And they cover their hose up with plastic, which no one else has ever done. So we normally have to put out a cloth or a mat. They've got nice little fenders all alongside the pier, look. Yeah, it's good. Nice place. And we're going to pick up maybe 10 litres of petrol for the tender as well. So
we're just leaving, and Mark's just pivoting this around. It's amazing how it can just move, almost move around on a dime. Look at that. Isn't that just spectacular? We were just over there, reversed back here. Now it's pivoted it around. And once he gets the angle right, he'll be able to go. So we have fuel again, which is always a good thing, especially when you're on a boat and wanting to go places. And are you able to explain what you've just done there, Mark?
I have no idea.
That's not good, Mark.
We just went a little bit sideways off the wharf.
Yep.
And
We'll go to the right here, eh? You don't
yep,
have to go to the
and
left.
then using forward idle on the port engine and starboard at 2 on the rear engine in reverse, on the starboard engine in reverse, we're able to just pivot on the spot.
Gorgeous. I love a good pivot.
That's good, because the when you're bringing water across the propeller and forward, it's more efficient. So if you just go forward one and back one, it'll very gradually move forward. So you just put a little bit more of reverse in, and it just turns on the spot.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
And there the fuelers, look, we have
Thank you, Rodney.
half a tank both sides.
Rodney's doing the fenders. He's well trained. And we now have our gauges. Oh, don't they look nice?
Just above quarter and a half on the other side.
Yeah. So what's happening with that? Is there some in the polishing tank?
No, you put it all on the one side, didn't we? So it's got to feed.
Oh, so it's just filling the other side
it slowly
now.
feeds across because it's only
Excellent.
a small.
Sounds good. Okay.
Okay, so here's this plonker with one of those boats that has those steel things sticking up out of the deck, and he is on our port, we're on his starboard, so he has to give way. So he's sped up now, you can see that.
Because he's not under sail, so therefore he has to give way to
correct, he's not under sail, so he has to give way to us, and I think he just sped up. And he's German, look.
He just realised it.
There we go. So again, John was right. Do nothing.
Do nothing. But we just, no, you slowed up, didn't you?
No?
Oh, you didn't?
No?
Oh.
Well, we're possibly slowing down from, well, I didn't do anything after he had the engines going high, so there we go though, look. So he was okay. He was perfectly fine in what he was doing.
Yep.
And he's crossed by. How cool is that?
It's
All's well that ends well.
It's a good rule that though, eh? Don't panic, don't shut.
Where are we, Tweedles?
We are
Zelenica.
And that's where we check out.
Okay, that's right. No, leave that, sweetie. Oh, you got that one. Oh, you got it open.
Yes,
Ah, the spray worked. We fixed it. That was rock solid yesterday. Wow. So here we are in Zelenica, and we are going to check out of Montenegro
we probably need a shirt on.
before we head off to Croatia. A little bit choppy look, and alongside the wharf, because it's a commercial wharf for these massive big rubber fenders, bollards, whatever you call them, big bollards at the back. So we've got all our fenders out. And down here, good for us, look, their fenders at the height of our rub rail. So we don't get all dirty black marks on it. But anyway, that's about as good as we can do. We've lifted up our big fender there so it can touch the concrete if necessary. And down here is customs and police, and then we go to the harbour master. Our understanding is that the vignette, which is our tourist tax for the boat and us that we've paid for 3 months, remains valid, so we can come back to Montenegro. We just have to check in. Unlike Greece, every time you leave and come back you have to pay the full amount, which isn't, you know, it's ridiculous actually. So if you pay for a month and you're there for 3 days, go out of the country for 3 days, tough, you paid for the month and you can't pay for less. You've got to pay for another month when you come back in. Pretty unfair, to be honest. Anyway, let's go and get it done, and then we are off to Croatia. So that was really complicated. Yeah, we went to the wrong place first after customs.
Waited for 20 minutes?
Waited for 20 minutes, and then someone came along, the customs guy that we saw on the way through, obviously wondering where we'd got to, and said, no, not here, further down. It's that building over there, not that building there.
I know, that's what it says on the instructions I gave you.
I thought that was about 100 metres.
Yeah.
What did it say on there that I missed? It turn left 100 metres. I thought that was about 100 metres. Did it have a picture of that building? Okay. All right, we stuffed it up. Never mind. We are now checked out of Montenegro, and they were very nice about it all. Okay, so today we have 31 miles to go. We are leaving Zelenica. There we are, just done our customs exit and Port Authority exit. We're going to go out through the heads here. This is Croatia, just at the top. And then we turn right to the north and head along the coast to Dubrovnik. Very exciting, first time in Croatia. And at this stage, the clock's still out by an hour, so it says 12:25 there, it's actually 1:25, and we expect to be there at 6:40 tonight. So you wouldn't want to be leaving much later really. Might even get to see the sunset. Check the weather, 2 to 3 knots and about a 0.4 metre swell. If you look out there, that's about 0.4 metres. Goodbye Montenegro for about a week. Why are we going to Croatia? We're going to Croatia because our daughter's arriving there and we're going to have to pick her up. All the way up there just to pick Renee up. Alright, so there we are now, some 5 odd hours later, coming towards Dubrovnik. And I'll just zoom in past Lokrum here, that little island, and there is the old city of Dubrovnik in there. But we can't go there, it's effectively off limits. So what we have to do is carry on past, just get back to our track up here, and come around the top of this peninsula and go into Gruz. And in Gruz is the customs port and harbour master. So we basically go in there, carry out our formalities, and then we're going to come back out and we're going to either go in behind this island, or if on the way in we notice people anchoring here, because reportedly they do, and there's already a boat in there that we can see on AIS, then we'll anchor in there, because we're going to get there at 6 minutes past 7 at night. So we've got 7 miles to go. Got away a little bit later than what we thought. We've sped up a little bit. We're doing 6 knots now, so we've increased the RPM to 1200. Anyway, so by the time we get all those formalities done, it's probably 8 o'clock. It's been a longish day, so we will take that time to then get ourselves anchored, and I'll be ready for a beer. But on the way up here, the water temperature outside got to 30.2. 30.2. Amazing. Anyway, look, we'll get you some shots as we go past Dubrovnik. We won't be that close, but we'll just give you a glimpse of it on the starboard side. Maybe, we think, yeah.
Gotta make sure you're drinking lots of water, Eva.
Yep.
Yep. Good on ya.
Yeah.
There is the person that bought my drone from New York.
Yeah, it's in my suitcase.
Thank you. Oh, what? And it's not delivered yet?
It's like it's in my suitcase.
So I never thought I'd get back to Dubrovnik, but we have. We've brought the boat up because people have told us that you've got to do it, you've got a boat. And here we are just passing this hotel, and this is the hotel that we stayed in when we came to our conference. And we stayed here with Kath and Kev. Shout out to you, Kath. Won't say anything more about what happened on that trip. What is it? What happens on tour stays on tour. Hope that puts a smile on your dial, Kath. But there she is, the hotel we stayed in, and I was fascinated by it because you come in at road level and you go into the lift, and the lift takes you down to your room. And then there's an area there which is the gym. I think from memory's at the top. And I remember being in the gym and being there and looking out at this beautiful view, and yet the gym at that stage had introduced TV screens on the treadmills and that. So and I think that was back in the early 200 and crumbs. I'll have to check with Mark when it was that we came to the conference here. But we had a lovely time. Went to the old town, went to Medjugorje. So this is it. And just double check with Mark, and it was 2007 we were here. So that is 17 years ago. 17 years ago. Where does time go, eh? Up to here, that's the Q building in the distance where we check in, and we just have to park on the wharf. So we're going to go side on, and then we'll go into the Q building to do all our sign-in stuff.
He says out the front. He says out the front, and to me out the front is against these black things.
Yeah.
Rodney? Oh, you let Rodney know.
So here we are on the front of the boat. There's a nice sunset happening. And there, over there, looks like it's a marina with all those boats on it. And then around this way is the Q office, which is where the boys have gone to. Passport control. And it's the Q building. And then this is where our boat is. We are parked on the wharf. And then once they've done passport control, they will be going through back on the boat, and we will find a place to be for the night. And there we are in Croatia. Beautiful. And here we are. Hello.
Hello.
What's happening, Josh?
So we're sitting here talking a bit, looking at the sunset. The
Waiting
boys
for
are
over there.
The boys are in the control Yeah,
the
and
passport place, aren't they?
passport place and controlling the passports, while my brother is looking for food places.
No, he's not. He's not allowed to.
He can't go off the boat, can he? Because
Yep.
we're just at customs. We're waiting to get our passports stamped so that we are allowed on the land.
Yep, we
Yeah.
can't even step
Can't even
out
step
here.
out there. No.
Yep, not a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Yep.
Won't be long now, but anyway, while we're waiting, we can see the beautiful sunset. That sunset is just getting more and more gorgeous as it sets. Isn't that amazing? And as that sun sets, a lot of you that'll be watching this will have that sun rising. Amazing, that same sun shares itself right around the world. Gorgeous. And see the reflection on the water as well. What happened, Marky, when you went in there?
Okay, so the harbour master was fantastic, and it was 154 euros for the rest of the year. So whether you're here for a day or 365 days, it's 155 euros for this boat.
So you wouldn't want to come here on the 29th of December then, would
That's
you?
what he said. And then if we want to use the tender to go to land, that's another 15 euros. So that was a no-brainer. And he said basically we can call up on Channel 10 and we can go into the old port. We can anchor out by the island out here. He thinks we can anchor out in front of the port, but he said the old fort. But he said just check with them with the harbour.
Wonderful. And anything else?
No, have fun, he said. No,
Oh,
they're
okay.
good. They're really good. And he said with Renee coming, all we've got to do is make sure we've got her on the crew list when we leave, because then she arrives in Montenegro on the list. They don't care from this point of view. And we have to, he said, check that the harbour master is in that place to the south before you go there to check out.
Right, so if the
So-
harbour master's there, you can do it. If the
Yeah,
harbour
because
master
they've got
isn't, you can't.
customs and police, so that's no
Yeah.
problem. But he said sometimes the harbour master's not, so we need to make sure of that.
And look at that beautiful sunset out there, eh?
Yeah, amazing, eh?
It's gorgeous.
And we can anchor anywhere around that island.
And what took so long?
Oh, just paperwork,
Right.
you know what it's like.
Okay, so all done.
Don't do that.
So here we are on anchor after going to customs. So there's, as you can see, the sun is setting, and we're right here by this little area where there is a lighthouse. And look at that, isn't that just beautiful? There's the sun setting, glorious, and there's the moon out. Have you ever seen something so spectacular in all your life? That is just incredible. Gorgeous. And this is what it looks like over here, and this is the police boat going past. They're going past us, so we should be okay. And there's a lovely bridge, and there's a yacht that's anchored as well. And here we are, and there is the moon. And of course, got to show this to you once more because it's so gorgeous. The sunset. Here we are, and it's the 18th of July. We're leaving to head around the islands. That's the hotel that we stayed in last time that I've already told you about. We have a passenger on board in the sick bed for Freddie. Wasn't well during the night. Spewing his guts out past my window, my porthole window. And I'm just at the helm while Mark's gone to sort out, just check the water maker and check the filters. He's put new filters in, so he just wants to check that they're not leaking. And this is what the view is like from the helm. Out through there. Because it is so stinking hot, we've got our hatches open, which we normally don't do while we're underway, but it would just be diabolical. And for me, being a bit shorter, it's a little bit more difficult to see. So I have to keep going this way and raise myself up. But all good in the hood. Big commercial cat over there taking people out. Other vessels. Quite a few other vessels out. It'll be interesting just to see how busy it gets here. What we've noticed here compared to the Med, far more super yachts out this way. Not as many yachts. That's our track for today. to go up through the islands and around the back of this island here where there are blue caves and another colour, green caves I think it is. Going to have a look, might stop for lunch just depending on how everyone is. And the good thing is just getting underway, we're getting a bit of a breeze. And here's Mark back from his little sojourn. What did you do?
I'm going to go and I've done the water maker, changed the filter. So I will show you what we're trying. Suggestion off YouTube. Tight ass Mark is currently towing behind the boat the last filter we took off. Apparently it works incredibly well in the salt water and you get about 50% of the time again. So we'll give it a go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It does. And no name. Look, there's no name on the boat. They want to keep very private, don't they? Of course they haven't got sails up. Another bloody floating thing with a steel pole sticking out of it.
Oh, stop spitting at me. Oh no, you're pushing me down. That's better. So we found this gorgeous bay to be in and we've got the anchor down and now we're just getting the stern rope on, stern line on. Lots of attempts here and trying to get this done. We have decided to flag it because by moving the boat around we think we lost the anchor.
Not lost the anchor.
No, you know, the anchor unset itself. Is that better?
That's better.
Yes. And so we've rung up for a boring moor and
I'll see you over there.
And he said, oh, you should have pulled them in on that.
Oh yeah, I could have pulled you in.
Could have pulled you in.
No, I want to shut the engine down.
Oh yeah.
It'll be further, I'll jump.
And so they're just going to, oh careful Rodney, they're just going to come back over and we're going on a mooring buoy over in the bay here. Just rung the guy and we're going to go out for dinner to the restaurant. Because that's what happens when you go on a mooring buoy. They then want you to eat in the restaurant. So that's okay, and the guy said he'll look out for us and put us in a buoy. So we'll go over that side of the bay. So the difficulty here is because it's seaweed and that's not very good to anchor in. And here the boys are coming back to the boat. Great stuff, welcome aboard.
What?
Welcome aboard.
Yeah. You alright, Joshua?
Keep coming, Josh.
Get my shoe.
Oh, that looks dirty.
Right, come on,
Moving
quick.
away from you, you have to hurry up.
Dad meant for you to grab hold of it so he could pull you in.
Yeah. Let me get, buddy.
Right, and can someone remember to do the ladder?
Yeah.
Great guy.
Ring them.
Yeah, I've rung them. Yep. He said, lovely, where are you? I said, we're 5 minutes out. I will wait for you. I will see you.
Okay, so I've got a bucket full of tools there. And what I've been meaning to do for a long time, finally going to get round to it, is going right round the boat and doing the rust removing. So there's stainless steel that is very difficult to get to, or in fact almost impossible to get to from on the boat. So I've got my toothbrush, I've got my product, and I've got the container to put it in there. And then what I've done is run the line from the back of the boat to the front of the boat, and I've tied the dinghy to it. So that way I can just quietly pull my way along, putting the anti-rust on, and by the time I get right round the boat, I'll be ready to start back on this side to wash it off. And we've used this product before, it's amazing, and it seems to last for a long time. Once you've used it, somehow the rust does not appear again, or it's certainly slow to do so. So anyway, I'll get on with it. So there's a classic. Reasonable amount of rust on that. So you just put it round, you can see it, hopefully you can see it, it starts to froth straight away. Get it down there on the gel coat too. Rub it round, put plenty on there. And then hopefully after about 15 minutes we can come back, wash it off, and it should be pretty clean. Sorry about the camera work here, but it's actually quite difficult juggling the boat, the tender I should say, the product, holding the line and cleaning that off. Really good stuff, see, there it is in there. There's a toothbrush. Quite simple process really, really is. Right, we put all the anti-rust stuff on. Now we're just going to go around on the tender and wipe it all off. And I figured the best way to do that is with a wet cloth of fresh water.
That's enough water.
Oh, I've got to go right around the boat.
No, because you're going to get it dirty. No, don't. Less. You're going to have to get rid of it and then put...
Okay, well, I'm going to squeeze it over the side.
What do you mean you're going to squeeze it over the side?
Or into the sea. That's right, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Shut that door, Marky. Cool. Right. Here we go. You'll soon see how it goes as you start, won't you?
What's that?
You'll soon see how it goes as you start.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm always so right. I am always so right. So did we all see that where he put the bucket?
Did you get that on video?
Yes, I got that on
terrible
video.
How could you do that to me?
Like, I don't understand why it doesn't connect in your head.
And what?
Like, why would you put a bucket?
Because I need
on
it. Okay,
there?
I'll put it here.
Put it here.
All right.
I just don't get it. Do not understand.
What, you think I'm thick?
Well, I suppose it's kept the last 35 years exciting, hasn't it? So we're refilling the bucket now. Get rid of that noise. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Sounds like
Yeah.
from Star Wars.
No, that's how I feel. Not Mark doing that again. Alrighty-o. Right, take two with the bucket of water, and I even thought that when you put it there, and I thought, no Fiona, don't say anything, but you told him that before with the little one.
Did you do that with cold water?
That was the cold tap, yep.
Why?
Well, it's because it's warm. Hey, how's it coming up? Trying to see it when I get in the water.
Yeah, I mean it's better, but it's still not perfect, you know?
Well, nothing's perfect, Marky.
I don't know.
Not even us.
Yeah, I think.
What are you doing now?
I'm doing this. One of my specialty knots here. Spaghetti junction.
Yeah, it's one thing that we should recap on, isn't it, our knots?
Oh, totally. And the problem is that, like the tender ones, you just never do enough of them to. Because we tend
The
to
tender or the fender, you mean?
fender, sorry.
Yeah, the fender ones.
The fender ones we tend to leave there.
I'm waiting for Renee to get back. She knows, and she would have remembered it because she's got such a young brain. Because I just struggle with trying to work them out off the internet. I get back to front, inside out. It's crazy.
Right.
Okay, so you're just going to hold on, are you?
Yeah, just pull myself along. That's why I like the bucket up there.
But you can't have it there, Mark.
I know, I hear you.
Oh, there you go. You've got a good rhythm going.
Yep. They all say sweaty.
How's that going now?
Good.
Could have done the windows while you were there too.
Oh, shut up.
I'll get you the stuff for the
No,
windows.
you bloody won't.
So we saw someone else doing it like this with the rope and then doing that. So it looks very clever, but it's not our idea. But we've adapted it.
We haven't adapted it, we're doing it the way they did it.
Adopted it, probably is a better word. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you there.
So it's the 21st of July 2024 and we're in this lovely bay here in Croatia, just out of Dubrovnik, and it's about 8 AM in the morning, and we've been in this bay for a couple of days, but we have had our red lights come on, our tanks, for going poops and wheeze. So even though we've emptied the tank, we think there may be a slight problem either with the sensor on it telling us it's empty when it's not, and so we are heading out to the sea to empty it and to check whether it's working or not.
Yeah, I think when it's in auto, I don't think the pump's coming on. And it did the other day because it went from full to one down, or down to the bottom, and then I put it in manual, which I always do for about a minute, but we never got to the green light. So
it's either a sensor problem or the pump not coming on.
Yeah, the pump's got, yeah, well no, the sensor puts the pump on. So we just have to try it and time it. So it's full now, we'll try it, check whether the pump comes on when we put it in auto, and if it doesn't, put it in manual, and then hold it in manual until it empties. We'll just have to do that until we can get it fixed. But at the end of the day, the tanks are full.
And it's a good reason to move and to go and find another bay. Great, well seen.
Okay, so there in manual, obviously, when we're holding the switch on, it is green. And of course now, because we've emptied it so much, when we go over to auto, it doesn't go on because it's not sensing it's full again. But that green light did not come on even when this was right up near full, and that third one never went. So there's something wrong with the auto sensing system, and then these lights are all out, which is really weird. So once we've done the black water tank, we'll try and put that up. That won't do it. Yeah. Once we've done the black water tank, we'll swap over and do grey water, and we'll see if, well, those lights won't come on, but we'll see if it works in auto.
We're coming onto a buoy and Rodney is there, so I can throw the rope and then he'll pass it through so I can put it in through here. Okay, so Freddie did very well. He was on there keeping the tender away from the boat while Rodney put the rope through, and I then attached it down to here. So that went all very, very well, and it's a gorgeous bay, and we are on a buoy. Hello. Where is the buoy?
In the front there.
Oh, nice.
It's great, Rodney, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Must be great for 2 nights, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Great.
For anchoring.
Too.
Oh, you go back to that?
Have you, Mark?
Yeah, very. I think you could drop the anchor right there on the edge, you know, and just, because it's so shallow, back up a bit. Yeah, there are.
So he's let us go on the buoy for no cost tonight, and if we stay 2 nights, we can go to the restaurant tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. Stay 2 nights, huh?
I reckon. It's beautiful, eh?